Old money does not enter the room with a shout. It sits in the corner, wearing a 20-year-old tweed jacket that belongs to a family dynasty. These individuals did not earn their fortune. They inherited a history. Names like Rockefeller, Vanderbilt, or Astor. Their capital is structural, buried in foundations of land, century-old trusts, and blue-chip art collections. They measure stability in generations, completely ignoring short-term market crashes. New money arrives with a completely different frequency. It is loud, aggressive, and highly visible, because it was built from zero within a single lifetime. Tech billionaires, founders, and breakout entrepreneurs occupy this space. Jeff Bezos started in a garage. Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard. Their wealth is often explosive. It turns a single software iteration or a new logistics network into a multi-billion-dollar empire almost overnight. The lifestyle reflects this sudden shift. The private jets, the glass mansions in Hollywood Hills, the hypercars. These are badges of a successful raid on the economy. A distinct branch of this group is the tech rich. These are the coders, the engineers, and the venture capitalists of Silicon Valley. What separates them is the sheer velocity of their capital accumulation. Traditional industrial empires took 40 years to build. Tech platforms managed it in 4. Yet they often practice a strange form of stealth luxury. They wear identical t-shirts that cost $400, driving basic electric cars while controlling global digital infrastructure. Real estate wealth operates on the exact opposite principle. This group relies on physical matter, brick, mortar, and the permanent scarcity of land. These investors do not look at daily stock tickers. They focus on zoning laws, population shifts, and rental yields, thinking in 20-year cycles. They often start small, acquiring a single duplex, using the tenant's rent to pay the mortgage, and repeating the process until they control entire zip codes. Celebrity wealth introduces a different dynamic, where capital is directly tied to human attention and cultural relevance. Actors, musicians, and creators experience massive, irregular cash injections. A single stadium tour or a movie contract drops millions into their accounts in weeks. The danger here is liquidity. The career lifespan is short, and the temptation to fund a massive entourage destroys those who fail to diversify. The individuals who survive this trap, like Rihanna or Jay-Z, view fame purely as leverage. They transition from talent to owners, launching beauty brands and liquor companies. The athlete rich share this structural urgency, but their wealth depends entirely on physical performance and biological limits. A professional career rarely lasts past age 35. A single torn ligament can terminate a $100 million contract instantly. The elite tier, exemplified by LeBron James, treats their salary as mere seed money. They build media companies, invest in fast food franchises, and buy sports clubs while still playing. Investor wealth remains completely invisible during its formative years. This category produces no products, sings no songs, and scores no touchdowns. They use financial instruments, corporate bonds, private equity, and public equities to extract value from the broader economy. Warren Buffett is the archetype. He spent 70 years living in the same house, driving a basic vehicle, while quietly accumulating enough shares to control global conglomerates. The crypto-rich emerged outside this traditional ecosystem, driven by high risk tolerance and absolute distrust of central banking. They bought digital assets when Bitcoin was worth less than a tank of gas, holding through market drops that wiped out billions in value. Wealth is characterized by its extreme volatility. Fortunes are created in months and erased in hours, producing young millionaires who have never seen a traditional balance sheet. The inheritor stands apart from old money dynasties. They did not grow up inside a system designed to preserve capital across generations. They receive a sudden windfall from a relative, a moment that completely alters their economic reality without preparing them for the psychological pressure. Statistics show that a vast majority of these windfalls disappear within 3 generations, because managing money requires a skill set that cannot be inherited. The quiet rich are the most common, yet the least celebrated category of wealthy individuals on the planet. They are teachers, mid-level managers, and small business owners who lived below their means for 3 decades, saving 40% of their income. They do not own private jets. They do not wear designer clothes. They clip coupons and vacation locally. but their brokerage accounts hold millions. Research shows that this saver-investor model creates the most stable form of wealth, entirely insulated from corporate layoffs and social pressure. Corporate executives form another elite tier, trading high-stakes decision-making for substantial equity packages and performance bonuses. Their wealth is directly tied to the company's stock price. They receive base salaries, but their real net worth comes from stock options that vest over several years. This group lives under extreme pressure. A single bad quarter or a public relations scandal can destroy their career and erase their equity value overnight. The lottery rich experience the most radical and psychologically destructive form of sudden wealth insertion. They transition from financial insecurity to extreme abundance in a fraction of a second, bypassing all the psychological stages of building capital. Lacking the habits required to sustain wealth, they become targets for predatory financial advisors and toxic social circles, often ending up bankrupt within 5 years. Sovereign rich represents wealth at the state level, where individual fortunes are indistinguishable from national treasuries. This includes royal families and heads of state who control sovereign wealth funds, vast oil reserves, and national industries. Their scale of operation bypasses traditional wealth management, focusing on geopolitical leverage, global real estate portfolios, and the stability of entire currencies. The shadow rich operate in the informal or illegal sectors of the global economy, completely hidden from tax authorities and public records. This category spans from unregulated commodity traders to figures in illicit networks, moving billions through offshore shell companies and private banking systems. Their primary challenge is not growth, but integration. They spend vast sums trying to clean their capital, living under the permanent threat of systemic asset seizure. The final type is the asset-rich, cash-poor individual. Trapped in a prison of their own making, they own valuable assets, historic estates, or non-liquid company shares, but lack the actual cash flow to cover basic maintenance or property taxes. They live in cold, crumbling palaces, refusing to sell the land out of pride, remaining slaves to an image of wealth that no longer possesses any utility.